Slaughter Beach. I don't know how many albums in Clutch is. It's got to be a dozen or 13 maybe. And I know that they have their die-hard fans. Mary's a big Clutch fan. But they're aptly named, boy. Anytime they drop something, you're like, they're kind of doing the same thing, but they find new ways to do the kind of from the AC/DC model. Not as monotonous as AC/DC, but Clutch has a very specific kind of vibe that never fails.
13 studio albums, 5 live albums, 2 video albums.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of content,
Great
Clutch.
band. So they dropped, this one's called Nosferatu Madre. They, Sunrise on Slaughter Beach is the new one from Clutch that dropped this morning. If you're into Clutch, I never like to overlook those guys when they do something, because it's always solid. And I always think of them as a Virginia band, but I think they're from New Hampshire or something. Germantown, Maryland. I don't know why I think that they're from Virginia.
You're close.
They are not. Dr. Ryan Berglund is going to join us. I got a lot of calls of people excited about Dr. Berglund coming by.
He's in the house.
Alan, Caleb, and Kent, just wanted to call in and just let you know that over the past 2.5, almost 3 years now, life has been pretty insane, and everybody is looking for a little bit of consistency and things to get back to normal. To have Dr. Ryan Berglund back in the studio talking about Drippy D's and how people are manhandling the ham candle, it's just so nice. It's so normal.
Oh.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Love you, bye.
Yeah, it's pretty good. About a half an hour from now, Dr. Berglund will make his triumphant return. He's here already. He's giving himself a tour of the new establishment, and why not? So he'll get in here. Manhandling the ham candle. I'm going to have to make myself a mental note of that.
That's a good, I like that.
It's better than wielding my penis, which I've already gotten off one of those, and I shan't repeat it, although I guess I just did. But thank you, Caleb. It's Caleb out in Kent, who is understandably excited. And I would imagine, though, when it comes to excitement, he's second only to Poundcake, who gets to screen the calls.
Good Lord.
For
And you know,
it's
funny, though, now with this new phone system, I'm not used to it, but for whatever reason, it doesn't just have like the caller ID, it also has the context in which they called. So when someone calls back, I don't know if it's a glitch or whatever, but that same phrase will pop up in future calls. So it will say, Rob and Amherst, Leaky D, will appear, and it will repeat several times. So it would be like Rob and Amherst Leaky D, Rob and Amherst Leaky D. I'm like,
I guess all I noticed with the new phone software, I guess I didn't notice that it put up the last thing they called about. I did notice, though, it'll tell the last time they called. So it'll say August 13th or,
I don't know.
Are you in screener mode, though?
I'm in screener mode.
Yeah, I'm in producer mode. So I see their name or whatever you put up, but it also shows me the last time they called.
Yeah, so we can't, what I learned is we can't be both in screener or producer mode. I have to be in screener, you have to be, or vice versa.
But that's probably more for when you're giving away prizes, it shows you, because I think it used to be you could only win once every 30 days. I think they loosened that up, but that's probably part of that. Is that sometimes you want to know when the last time they called was.
It's just weird how it works, though, because Dick from Dayton will call and it will be Dick from Dayton every single time.
Right.
But it really is his number when it pops up from Dick from Dayton. But if someone else calls underneath him that has a blocked number, it'll pop up as Dick from Dayton. I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
So
if they're a private number, it just shows up as the last person that called?
Yes, something like that, something to that effect.
I've seen 10 lines light up that say
the same name,
Pete from North Olmsted.
So it's going to get real interesting if our lines are not all busy. That is going to be whatever the last person called about. It's all right, can you say urethra? Is that the next? Is that the right term?
Urethra, yes. That is
my infected urethra. That's what's gonna pop up 6-7 times on here.
Right.
So, and other stations will be able to see that because I don't think it's specialized to our station.
That's my favorite RuPaul autobiography. I was reading about the battle for Anne Heche's estate has started.
Ooh.
And to me, it seems more of a battle of weird names than anything else. Her fiance was a guy named Coley LaFoon, and they have a 20-year-old son named Homer. And but the father of her other son, James Tupper, they have a 13-year-old son named Atlas. So the fight is between Homer LaFoon and Atlas Tupper over her estate. I can't imagine she had that much to fight over. Of course, Anne Heche, the pride of Aurora, Ohio, but died in that, shortly after that crash. She didn't live very long.
He was brain dead.
Yeah, she drove through a woman's house and she was high or drunk or something, but she died without a will. So her older son is now filing paperwork to control everything, and her baby daddy of the younger son is contesting it. He claims that Anne Heche emailed him 10 years ago and said that all of her assets go to him, James Tupper. So who knows? Tupper says that it's just her other son who doesn't have a job that he wants all the, it makes him a bad choice to run her estate. So anyway, so the two half-brothers don't get along, apparently.
Well, that's a bummer. That's not what Anne Heche
what
stood
it
for.
wanted. That's right. She stood for getting along.
And drugs.
And drugs.
I like drugs.
And drinking. She had problems. Anne Heche had a life, boy. You ever read about her growing up? Holy moly. She did not have a good time. So whether or not she passed that along to her kids, who knows? But the Anne Heche battle is underway between a bunch of people with weird names. That's my estimation of it anyway. I hate to put too fine a point on it, but that's kind of how I read it.
Is Sleeve McDykel involved in this whole thing?
No, but he's back there under one of the desks doing our video work today. Thank you so much, Sleeve McDykel, for helping out. Alan, speaking of winning things, is there a delay on the app as compared to the radio broadcast? Yes.
A significant one.
I've told people you will not win on the app.
Or the live stream.
Or the live stream. That's right. There's a significant delay on that. Alan, I got into my car. I got into the car my fiance usually drives in the summer. And there's a goddamn Hocus Pocus DVD on the passenger side. As long as there's no scrubs. I think that Hocus Pocus DVD is going to be okay. Boy, imagine your fiance has a car for the summer. I got into my fiance's summer car, and there was a Hocus Pocus DVD. Yeah, I think maybe I.
But that's a fall autumn DVD, and you got it in the summer car. Maybe that's what they're mad about. They're like, oh, you got that autumn vibe in my summer car.
I see.
That's not how we do things here.
Right.
Would she be more upset if it was a cassette?
You mean a VHS tape?
Yeah.
You know, there's a difference between a cassette and a VHS tape, right?
No.
Well,
a cassette.
They did call it
a VHS cassette,
video cassette.
But whenever he says like a,
they mean audio cassette.
Yeah, cassette.
Okay. Well.
Oh,
sorry.
you're young. I'm not dogging you on that.
I was right on the cusp.
Yeah.
I was right on the cusp of buying CDs.
There are people. There are people who are upset that I cut out the best part of the Chet Hanks speech. God knows what that is, but I didn't have all day to bleep up. Apparently he was talking later about how his success is due to doing so many burpees, which is an exercise no one likes to do. So if Chet Hanks is doing 100 burpees at a clip, then I say good for you.
I mean, he's a fit dude.
Yeah. And burpees will get you there. Are you doing burpees, Poundcake, in your quest to lose us? Because you're focusing on losing the weight, not exercising.
Hey, I will exercise, but I'm not going to overextend myself because I don't want to be in pain all day, every day.
Don't want to be in pain. But there's the argument that the more you do something, the less it hurts and is sore. You get used to it.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing.
You get good at
it. I'm eating right, and then I when I find an exercise that I like, I will do it. I I have these. Are they dumbbells? I have these dumbbells that I got from my aunt that just had cobwebs on them. So I took them off her hands. So I've been using a little of those.
A little weight training.
Yeah, and then I have like one. What do you call the handle with the ball attached to it?
Kettlebell.
Kettlebell. I have one of those.
How heavy is that?
It's a 10-pounder.
Okay.
And then for some reason, I think I probably wanted to get fit years ago. My mom got me one of those vibrating rollers. And I don't know how to use it. I don't know what it's for, so I'll just look on YouTube.
I don't know if a vibrating roller is a piece of exercise.
It's not exercising. It's for like after
working out your muscles.
For recovery.
Yeah. Like I have a gun. I have one of those.
It's cool though. Like it's like a bumble ball. Like you turn it up and it vibrates, and I can just roll it. I'm like, wow, that's neat.
Bumble ball. I remember those.
Where's my bumble ball? Alan, I'm so bummed. It makes me so damn sad when I hear you play Rick. Somebody else points out that Rick hasn't checked in from the spirit world in quite some time, and at least my dad does check in from the spirit world through my smart speaker at home.
Helen, this is your father speaking from the Alexa.
Yeah. Very accurate. Exactly how my dad sounded. But we did talk to shortly after he died. We spoke to Rick from the
Ouija board.
Yeah. He spoke to us backwards, and I had to flip it, and he said, good night. So, did I tell you that my mom asked me to send her the photo of my dad after he died?
Like
Really? I took a photo of him after he died.
That's weird.
In the hospital bed. Because I thought, and I think I was the only one of us who did it. My sister didn't want to do it. And I waited until everybody got out of the room, and I went over and kind of talked to my dad a little bit after he passed away. But before the nurses had come in. And I took a photo of him after he died. Because my thought was, he's not going to look the same in the casket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is the last time I'm going to see him
As him.
like this. And even then, I mean, he didn't have his teeth in, and
Oh, I keep forgetting that he didn't have
he
teeth.
didn't have his teeth in.
He had secret teeth.
Do you guys have his teeth?
Secret teeth. I'm sure my mom does. I'm sure that they gave them. Well,
Are they bewitched teeth?
No, I think they put them back in for when he was buried.
Like, I'm taking those. Teeth are
I think.
expensive.
Yeah. Well, what's
Yeah,
she
but
gonna do?
who else is using them?
Yeah, my mom got her
own.
own new teeth. I'm like, Mom, why did you get new teeth at 73? But whatever, she wanted to do it. So
Treat yourself.
treat yourself.
Now, since Alan, you're a non-believer, this is all hogwash.
I believe
to
in a
you.
lot of things.
But I'm saying if a medium came in here and said they could connect with your father and told you something that only your family would know, would you believe then?
They would have to do that. They would have. Sure, I'm open to anything.
Well, I know
They
a
would
lot
have,
of mediums.
They would have to. You mean media? They would have to tell me something so specific and known only to us that I would go, yeah, okay. Yeah, that would be great. Trust me, I'm Fox Mulder, man. I would love to believe in that stuff. I just need, give me something.
I can bring my friend.
You want to bring me over to your side, give me something.
You got a friend that is can speak with the dead?
Yeah, I have a friend. My friend Travis.
Bring him in here.
Okay.
Tell him to meet my dad.
Okay.
What's he going to do, though?
I don't know. I'm not a medium.
No. What does he tell you he does?
He connects with people from the other side.
That's what they all say. But
But
I'm not going to waste valuable airtime to get another.
I will send you the link I will message you his website.
Yeah,
his
send me
website.
something. Has he ever given you a reading?
No, he has never given me a reading because I don't like that. My mom doesn't want me to have a reading. And I don't think he would
You
anyways.
do everything your
Your
mom
mom-
tells you to do. You're 30 years
Also,
old.
There's a lot of things that your mom.
She doesn't want you using the
definitely-
highway.
Yeah, there's a lot of things your mom doesn't want
She
you
wants you
doing
taking
that
back
you do
roads.
anyway.
Well, no, he's never given me a reading.
You should do it. I'll let him read me.
Listen, not to be a real downer here, but we are talking about my dead dad. And listen, I certainly don't want this to happen anytime soon. Do you realize the weight that's going to be lifted off your shoulders after your mother passes away?
Why would you say something like
Because
that?
it's true.
Why would you say something
It's
like
true.
that?
She's got you in shackles. 30 years a slave. The
30
Poundcake.
years of my boy. my boy, my
On
darling.
your ball.
I'm not like she's not like Jeanette McCurdy type shackles, all right? I'm not going to write a book saying I'm glad my mom died. She doesn't bathe.
No, we
No,
didn't
no,
say
I'm
that.
not saying that. I'm saying that you are still very, very much beholden as to what your mother wants for you.
But it's rooted in religion, and I kind of agree. Like I
understand it. All that nonsense is rooted in religion.
The Bible does say that like you're not supposed to talk to mediums and stuff, so it just would freak me out. I was over to his house once, and I had a supernatural experience, and I didn't like it, and no one's going to believe me, so I just keep it to myself.
Well, keep it to yourself no more. Tell us what
I
happened.
thought you could say keeping it to
No,
yourself.
I want to hear what he's got to say.
I went over to his house, and we were hanging out, and then when I left,
The ghost bag showed back up.
no, it wasn't ghost bag. No, when I left, I just had a weird feeling that like something was following me or something was in the car with me, and I didn't want to put my finger on it. And I'm known to have anxiety and panic attacks, so I didn't think anything of it. I said, just play it cool. I went around the corner. I turned away from his house, and all the electricity, and I'm talking my phone, I'm talking my car, all of the lights in my car went out. My car was still running. My lights went off. My exterior lights went off. Everything was out. I drove down the road, and I'm like,
It's me, the ghost bag. I'm back. I'm Ghost Bag, here to watch you manhandle the ham candle.
all right.
Stop manhandling your ham candle, Poundcake. I'm the Ghost Bag.
This is a new one.
I love ghost bag.
I'm floating away so I don't have to watch you wield your weenie any longer. Halloween is right around the corner. I no longer want to watch you manhandle yourself. I am Ghost Bag.
Ghost bag, did you turn off the lights in his car?
I did not turn off I turned off the lights and turned him on.
Oh my God.
That's what I do because I am Ghost Bag.
So the lights in your car went out.
All the electricity in my car went out. My car was still running, and so I was trying to like go under the street lights so I can like get back to the highway. The moment I get to the freeway, somehow, some way, I found my way back. As soon as I get to the freeway, my car, my navigation, my car lights, everything cuts back on. The radio too. Everything cuts back on, and I was like, "That's very strange."
Not just an electrical short,
Yeah, it couldn't
which
just
is a
be-
common
It
problem
wasn't.
in cars.
It wasn't. It just
How do you know that?
because
It's more likely to you that it was a ghost.
But
I'm also-
if it was an electrical short, why would my phone that was not charging at the time go out? All of the electricity in my car went out. My radio, my headlights, everything. So I'm like driving real slow, and I'm like,
Okay,
a car's
but
gonna
you
hit me.
kept if you have no headlights and it's late at night, you just kept driving?
I didn't pull over because it was like he lives in the middle of the country, so I didn't want to stop, and I also didn't want to I wanted to get out as fast as I could. And there was like street lights, like it was in the middle of the country, but they had those big tall street lights, so I was trying to find my way.
Alan, my dad died last week, and I almost took a picture. Please tell me you included your face with a picture of your dad and you holding up the peace sign. No, I didn't throw the deuces. I didn't put myself in it. I took a photo of my dad. But my mom asked me to send her the photo because it occurred to her that she wanted it, and I was the only one who had taken one.
Well, there you go. Worked out. I'm very curious about this electricity that went out. Also, why do ghosts have so much control over electricity?
Over the
to
physical
some people?
world.
Yeah.
Maybe
That
your
never
alternator
makes
just
sense.
went out.
Well,
Or
I mean,
supernatural.
my car was known. That's why I got rid of that car because it would do that stuff all the time. But my phone, there was no reason for my phone to cut out. It was not charged, so it had nothing to do with that. It felt very, I don't know.
But your phone came back on when you got on the highway.
all came back on at once.
Do you think maybe it just didn't have service?
Well,
It could have been magnetic. No, but to turn off,
yeah,
Okay. I don't know.
not lose service. Turn off. Everything turned off.
this car got turned.
Headlights, interior lights, meaning like my dashboard, my radio, and my phone, which was like propped it on like a little phone holder. That was not charged or anything. That went out too, because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to find my way home. Luckily, he lived off of like 2 roads, and then it was like, if you go down long enough, you get to the freeway. But yeah, that was like my experience. And I called him as soon as I got home. I said, did you feel
What if he's
anything?"
got an EMP? And
Right.
he, like, when people come over for readings afterwards, he does that just to mess with them.
Yeah.
Well, he said I had a feeling something like that was gonna happen to you. He was like, because you're too paranoid. And he was like, spirit. He said, spirit is just like humans. They have a sense of humor. They like to have fun, and they just saw you right for the picking. So he was like, I had a feeling something like that was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
I want to have this guy. I want to talk to this guy.
absolutely.
If you don't want to have him on here, I'll have him on my podcast.
I've had him on my podcast. His name's Travis Sanders. So
I'll come in and do your show, Bill, and he can try to read me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprise him.
By the way, ask your aunt if she can get you a shake weight. That might be more fun. Okay, listen, I got to take a break. We're going to usher in one Dr. Ryan Berglund from the Cleveland Clinic. We're going to start Is It Red after the break. If you've got a question for him, guys, some weird stuff's going on down there. You can email it to me or you can call. We'll take your calls and texts. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest stars from all walks of music come together.
To play